everybody, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken, and today we're going to be doing a TV series slash episode wrap-up video, or catch-up video, I think is what I called this. So
yeah.
We're going to be talking about a variety of TV shows that we've been watching over the past couple of weeks. So we kind of decided we got a little bit behind, because I know we were going to do a review on Mosquito Coast and Panic and Lisey's story and Loki and all that stuff. And over the past week, we just kind of been laying low a little bit. And I kind of said, do you want to just do like a catch-up video where we just talk about everything at once?
Right.
And yeah, I think that's more or less what we're going to be doing going forward, just doing more of these kind of all-in-one style videos.
Yeah, I think we kind of got a little ambitious, you know.
The perfect word.
Starting out of the gate. Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's what they say.
And so we found out pretty quickly that we might have put too much pressure on ourselves.
Yeah, it gets tiring because, you know, I've got my channel and, you know, we've got kids and
right.
We like watching TV, but when we're doing all these videos, we're having very little time to actually do that. So yeah, I just thought it would be more fun for us because at the end of the day, like, that's why we created this channel.
Right.
To get our thoughts and opinions out on shows, but to also have fun and have a good time and engage with you guys in the community. So we're not going to worry about the algorithms and getting the reviews out first and all
right.
that stuff. We're just going to watch the show as we get to them, and then we're going to talk about them as we get to it.
Right. So yeah, I think we, I can't remember if you already said this, but I think we kind of decided that we are going to aim for like a video once a week.
Yeah, once a week, maybe 2 a week. It just depends. Like, and a lot of the videos are going to be catch-up videos like this. And it's possible, leave us your feedback down below, that it may turn into like a live stream weekly segment where we can go live and talk about the shows that we've been watching.
Right.
And then interact with you guys in the chat if you want to join. You know, let us know in the comment section below. Leave us that feedback. Or if you'd rather just have edited videos like this where we discuss the things we've been watching in a week. But yeah, if you haven't yet, and this is your first time discovering us, hit that subscribe button because we are going to be doing more reviews of TV shows, movies, all that stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button and comment down below your thoughts on any of these shows that we discuss here today. If you've seen them, if you haven't seen them, we're going to try to keep it spoiler light. I mean,
right.
There might be some light spoilers here and there, but it'll mostly be spoiler free.
Yeah.
Going into all this stuff. But yeah, let's get into the first thing that we want to talk about, Lisey's story.
Right.
And I'd say that was probably the inspiration for the direction of the channel now.
Right. So we had started watching Lisey's story on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah.
And there have been 2 episodes.
2. Well, we've seen 3.
Three.
Yeah, we just watched the 3rd. Yeah, because the first week was 2 episodes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So there have been 3 episodes, and gotta say, we are just not feeling it.
We're not feeling it.
And so, you know, we talked about it. At one point, we had talked about, you know.
I tried to feel it. I even bought the book.
Right.
But I just can't.
Yeah, so we're not loving it. So we are going to, you know, discontinue reviewing that show. We may go back and revisit it later.
May
once
pick
all
it
the
up and
episodes.
review it as a series.
Right.
Possibly.
We'll see. But we just feel like there's so many other things that we would rather be watching.
Yeah.
And that's just not one of them.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I think we kind of struck gold with Mayor of Easttown. Like, that was such a good show, and it came at the very beginning of our channel. So if another show comes out like that is kind of a hot show that we want to discuss on a week-to-week basis, we may bring back the episode-by-episode breakdowns. But until that show comes around, I don't want to force something with Lisey's story and force ourselves to break that down week to week. So
right.
And yeah, the 3rd episode, it's not a bad show. It's just there's just not a lot going on to even talk about in the episode.
Yeah, I mean, they, you know, it's...
You can tell they're building to something, but like until we get there, it's just not very interesting.
Yeah, it's just very different, which, you know, doesn't have to be a bad thing. But I feel like it's trying so hard to be like all artsy-fartsy.
It's beautifully shot, I'll say
right.
that.
But yeah, I'm just, you know, sometimes you're just not into something, and I'm just not into it. And so...
Yeah, I love Stephen King. I mean, but yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what else we want to say about it. It's like I don't even really care to talk about it.
Yeah, honestly not. So let's move on. Lisey's episode 3. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Lisey's story for a while. Maybe we'll pick it up eventually. I don't know. But let's get into Loki episode 2. So this is another one that we did the episode 1 review of.
Right?
And we're really enjoying that
We are,
show.
yeah.
I loved episode 2 today. I thought it was a great continuation of what was established
Right?
last
Yeah.
week.
Loving it.
But we're really just enjoying that as a family with our kids.
Yeah, we're
so,
watching it with our kids. And
we don't want to have to break that down week to week. Well, we can definitely talk about it in more detail in like a live stream or something. But we're just having fun with the show.
right, and we know that there are tons of other people out there.
Everybody is reviewing that show.
Right, so you've got plenty of places to go and, talk about that show with. So.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Tom Hiddleston, they were just so smart bringing Owen Wilson in.
I know,
to
like,
bring such a life to it.
Right, Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson are just so good together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love their chemistry so far. And, Owen Wilson, he's just, I mean, they're both pretty funny. They're both funny in the show. And yeah, I'm just loving it.
Yep, really enjoying Loki episode 2. So that's a thumbs up. We like that show. We're just not going to cover it in a standalone video. But we can do it week to week on like things like this, the catch-up series that we're doing.
Right.
But let's get into the meat of the catch-up series. We're going to talk about 2 full series that we completed.
Yeah, that we've not, I don't think, mentioned at all.
Yeah, I think other than the Instagram, I think you posted about both of them that we were going to start watching them. So the first one is Mosquito Coast, which is an Apple TV Plus show.
Right.
And we completed that, I think, about a week and a half ago.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
We've been meaning to review it for a little bit. That's a show starring Justin Theroux, Melissa George are the 2 leads of the show. And it's kind of like, if you like Ozark, if you like Breaking Bad, shows like that, it's kind of in the same vein as that.
Right.
It's a family that's kind of on the run from the law. They're fleeing to Mexico.
The government, or
So yeah, I mean, I know that I liked the show, but I know you really liked the show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's not like amazing, but I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the episodes were, entertaining. And, I was intrigued and,
I thought it had a really strong first episode. And it kind of lost me, I guess, in the middle. It's 8 episodes. It's 8 episodes. They're all about an hour long. So some of them in the middle felt a little bit too long. I felt the length. It felt like it didn't really know what it was trying to do, at least to me. I mean, you may feel differently. But the last 2 episodes I thought was really solid. I thought it regained its footing. And if they did a season 2, which it looks like they might, I would be down for watching it.
Yeah. I know we said that we're going to try not to spoil anything. But yeah, this show is basically, like you said, about a family on the run from like the government. Justin, his character, I can't think of his name. In the
Justin
show.
Theroux, yeah, I can't remember his name.
But basically, it's like I feel like he's probably the main one that did something.
Yeah, the wife,
and she was kind of like an accomplice.
And this is kind of where it's, I guess, more like Ozark, because Ozark is Breaking Bad, but the family's in on it. So this is kind of like halfway there. Like the wife's in on it, like she knows, but like the kids don't know.
Yeah, it's just, they've been living under the radar. They have new identities or whatever. Running from the government, trying to live off the grid with these, like, new identities. And I don't know, I just thought it was, like, super, like, fun and exciting and...
a fun little family dynamic between them.
Right, the whole show is, basically them on the run and... they come into contact with different people.
I had some problems with the show, just like the characters and some of the performances. Like, I didn't think the kids were the strongest actors, in particularly like the son.
Really?
I don't know. I wasn't as engaged with those characters, and I think it was because of the performances. And Justin Theroux, like, I felt like the whole show they were really wanting you to hate him. They really like were trying to set him up as being like the Walter White, but I didn't think he did anything that bad in the show.
Yeah, I just think they kind of made him seem like inconsiderate of like their feelings.
I knew what they were going for, and you could definitely see that based on like the stuff that he had done, but he was just a really nice guy throughout the whole show. So it's like, from my point of view, I'm watching the show. He's a nice dude. Like, I didn't see anything like wrong with him.
I feel like though there were some times where he did seem a little like mentally unstable.
Yeah, well, the
And
last episode I think really pulled that out.
Right, and I mean, I
And
feel
that's
like
that's why that last two episodes came together for me, because I felt like they pulled it off in those two, whereas they didn't as well in the ones that came before it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I think, I did enjoy it more than you did. And so I feel like maybe that worked a little bit better for me, or I kind of
And then you had
saw
like the villains of the show weren't incredibly strong. You had the one guy that was kind of he kind of reminded me of the guy from Game of Thrones, with all the kids running around the city like doing his bidding, because he was doing the same kind of stuff. And he was pretty menacing, but I also found his character a little goofy in certain sequences. He was like chewing gum or whatever
I don't
he was
know.
doing.
For some reason I liked it.
And that's the thing. And my little nitpicks here and there kind of made or break the show for me. So if you don't mind that stuff, you might enjoy it a lot more than I did.
Yeah. So what would you give the show?
If we're gonna rate it out of a 5, I would give it a 3. I would give it a 3 out of a 5.
Okay.
I thought it started very strong, and I thought it closed very strong. So it kind of did what it needed to do to keep me on board. Because, like I said, if there's a season 2, I'll watch it because I'm interested in what that family is going to do in season 2.
Right. I would probably give it a 3.75.
Oh, you're going for the 7.5.
Yeah.
You're going for the 7.5s. I didn't know we could do the 7.5s. I might go 3.25 then.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I might go through. I didn't want, because I almost gave it a 3.5, but it's like I don't think it's quite a 3.5. I'll go 3.25.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was like exciting and.
Yep. I can see that, and there are some exciting sequences in it. I thought that little hallway shootout that they did with the agents that came down, I thought that was a very kind of exciting, thrilling sequences. And the scene where, he has to get his son out of
the sewer.
Yeah, he has to get his son out of the prison at the end. I'm sorry, light spoilers, we said. I thought that was pretty good too.
Yeah, and I know you said that you didn't love the kids acting, the son or daughter, but, it might have not been perfect, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the son was, like, better than Ryan from Mare.
Yeah, I don't know. That possibly.
I don't know.
He had more to do than Ryan from Mare, to be fair. Like, he didn't really have a lot in that show. But
yeah, I don't know. When I just think of other like child, actors and actresses, I felt like they're pretty good.
Let's move on to Panic, which is an Amazon Prime original show. This is one that I may have a little bit more fun with, because I didn't love this show, but you were super into it.
Yeah, I loved it. He kept saying it was like a CW show.
It is a CW show. It's a CW show toned up a little bit more. There's more profanity. There's more sexual content. Like, it's a more mature CW show, but at its core, has that same CW style to it.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. The show is not perfect. There are parts that are like corny or cheesy or whatever you want to say. But I mean, if you think about it, there are like legit, like good quality shows that have the same problems.
Yeah, and there's an audience for this type of show.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm a woman.
I mean, not necessarily. There's plenty of guys that love like the CW superhero shows, Supernatural, all those kind of shows. Like, to me, all have that style. Like, when I'm watching them, I can tell I'm watching like that CW teen melodrama type show. And I mean, there's an audience for
And
it.
I'm surprised that you don't like that stuff because you enjoy like those coming of age movies.
I do. I guess it's the modern stuff. I do when it's like set in the 80s or the 90s because like I grew up with that kind of stuff, like teen slashers, like teen movies.
But you've watched
John
coming
Hughes
of
movies.
age. You've watched coming of age shows or
Like
movies
more recent
that
ones?
were recent.
Yeah, I mean, some of them I just feel like they're done better.
I think, like-
I feel like the acting's better. Like the acting in the show, even though you like it, you have to admit it's not great, right?
I mean, it's not like Oscar worthy,
Yeah.
but I don't think that it's.
There's a difference
I
between
feel
this
like
to
you've
me.
got it. I feel like you have it in your head that it's like a low quality show.
I'll admit that right now. When I start watching the show and I can see that style, I'm just immediately I check out.
Right. So I feel like that might contribute to it. But I feel
And
like
I'll be honest right here. Like you watched the whole show, you were engaged in it. There were times where I was on my phone
Right.
doing other stuff. I was like, I could not be bothered
so that
with
should
what was going on
definitely
screen.
count against your opinion.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's not perfect. Some stuff is a little like cheesy or whatever, like I said. But I mean, at the end of the day, I ate that shit up.
Yeah, you did.
I love the little like romance between the main girl. She kind of had like two love interests.
Can we talk about Jack Nicholson's son?
Yeah, so I actually know his name in the show. It's Ray.
Yeah.
And it was so cool because I had heard, I thought I had saw something about this kid being Jack Nicholson.
You saw like a meme or something on Instagram where it was like, this guy looks like Jack Nicholson's
right,
son.
and so I told him, I'm like, I thought I heard that it was his son, and I'm like, there's no way. And I looked it up, and sure enough, it's his son. So,
Yeah. What's his name?
crap, what is his name? Oh, his name's Ray.
Ray Nicholson.
Yeah, his
Ray Nicholson.
His name in the show is the same as his name in real life.
Yeah, so,
So-
he's definitely not as good as his father, but I see potential in him.
I don't know. Yeah,
I saw
I
potential
think,
in him. But he was the only performance that I bought in the show.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like he was pretty good. And he
was.
definitely, like,
Kind of like
there were...
that bad boy, like, anti-hero type persona.
He was kind of playing this, like, well... So we should probably talk about the show a little bit.
Yeah, talk about this, because this is where I have the biggest problem with this show, is just the plot is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but think of all the ridiculous movies and shows that you've watched.
Okay, ridiculous
have-
movies. Yeah, I could see this being condensed into an hour and a half long teen movie, and it would have been fine. But to
What's the
stretch this
difference?
out for 10 hours, and they don't even focus on the competition of Panic, but maybe like 30 minutes of the entire show. The rest
Yeah.
of it is teen melodrama, and then they'll cut to like doing a competition for like 3 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So the entire premise of the show, they just like throw out the window 95% of the time.
Yeah. So, yeah, the show is about this small town, you know, where everybody feels like they're trapped there, stuck there. You know, not a lot of people have money. They feel like they, you know, after they graduate, they can't go on to college and stuff like that. So every year when the seniors graduate, they have a competition to win a bunch of money, basically. And they do all of these, like, series of, like, dangerous, it's like a, you know, competition. They have to do these different
Yeah, and then
challenges.
they start off with the girl, with all of them jumping off a cliff into the lake.
Right.
They're walking across train tracks with like water underneath of them, like on
Right.
a bridge or whatever.
Yeah. So different stuff like that. And yeah, they don't, you know, they may not have focused on it as much as you would have liked. But
I mean,
I
it's
don't
not
know, I
even
felt-
that. I thought it was completely ridiculous. They're doing all this stuff for $50,000. I mean, I know $50,000 is a lot, but I don't know. It just seemed a little bit ridiculous to put your life at risk like that. Not once, but like 10 different times throughout the show. These kids are
Right.
putting their lives at risk over $50,000. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the point, though, was, you know, these kids, like,
And the town,
come from nothing. And so,
it's not just this show that did it. Like, I've seen this in other movies. They try to portray these towns as like being just complete messes, dumpster fires, just the worst place in the world to live. And when they show this town like normally day to day, like I didn't feel like it was that bad of a town. And if it was, they didn't do a good enough job portraying that. Like, why would you risk your life just to get out of this town? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of the kids, they live in trailers, and a lot of them have like drug problems, and parents they can't really depend on. So I don't know. I feel like it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it can make sense.
But then there's just like, the plot's so convoluted, and then like you get to the final couple episodes and it gets so confusing. They're like judges. There's like secret judges that nobody knows about, and it's revealed that some people that are involved in the competition are part of like the board of Panic. And then like the again, spoiler alert, light spoiler, but then like some high-ranking official in the town is involved in the Panic itself. So I don't know, it's just kind of ridiculous. And I know,
I think it was fun.
I know you want to talk about the deputy, right?
Was she a deputy?
She was a deputy or something, but like
there was a cop in the show, and she was just, every time she came on the screen, we just couldn't help but laugh.
Everything she said,
because she just she wasn't supposed to be funny.
What she was saying wasn't ridiculous. It wasn't supposed to be taken as funny, but the way this actress delivered it all is just...
The way that she looked and talked, we kept saying that she reminded us of, what's his name?
Deputy Doofus from Scary Movie. But
we're going to have to put in a picture here, but...
But I mean, she's like the David Arquette from Scary Movie. Like,
right.
Just like the... I don't want to say unqualified, but just like unseasoned, like deputy that doesn't really know what they're doing or talking about. Even though, like, I don't really think she was fully that character either.
No. But she just had this like goofy. I don't know. It was just something.
A goofy quality there.
Yeah. I don't know. Can't explain it, but
yeah.
That part was funny.
She was a highlight of the show for sure.
For you, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think that this show was supposed to be like this masterpiece like you want to act like it was trying to be. But
I believe that all shows and movies should at least aim to achieve a certain level of quality. But again, I watch stupid horror movies from the 80s like that are objectively not great. So
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
This show was made for a certain audience, and that audience will probably eat this stuff up.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I have heard that a lot of people have enjoyed the show. So
yeah. Well, there you go. My opinion means nothing. So with
there's something for everyone.
I'm going to give you my score. Do you want to know what my score is?
Oh, God. It's probably like a 2.5.
I'm going to give this show, since we can do 7 5s and 2 5s, I'm going to give this show a 2.75 out of a 5. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I know I was pretty negative. It's not the worst thing. There's going to be people that enjoy this show. It's not for me. I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed seeing a young Jack Nicholson, and that was about it. So that's my score. What would you give it?
So I'm going to give it a 3.25.
A 3.25. So close to my score. So I guess what we're saying is that we both think it's of like the same quality. It's just you are more inclined to enjoy this kind of content than I am.
I mean, yeah, I love, I don't know, all the CW shows.
The teen melodrama and all that stuff. So, all right, guys, with that, we are done with our TV series episode catch-up. We want to thank you guys for joining us here today. If you can, hit the like button for us. Also, comment down below your thoughts on any of the shows that we discussed today. Your thoughts on our channel, the future of it. Do you want to see more live streams, more recommendation videos, trailer reactions, reviews, all that kind of stuff? Leave us your thoughts in that comment section below. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.